The year was somewhere in the mid-1970s when America felt loud, electric, and larger than life. Las Vegas was glowing under neon lights, the desert air still warm even after sunset. Inside a packed arena, thousands of voices blended into one thunderous chant. They weren't chanting for a movie star. They were chanting for a champion. Muhammad Ali stepped into the building like a storm wrapped in silk. Cameras flashed. Reporters shouted questions. He floated forward with that unmistakable rhythm in his walk, half dance, half declaration. He wasn't just entering an arena, he was entering a stage. And on that stage, he always owned the spotlight. Backstage, the atmosphere buzzed with rumors. A major Hollywood icon was in attendance that night. Not just any actor, Clint Eastwood, the quiet gunslinger, the man with the cold stare and the slow drawl. A different kind of legend. When Eastwood entered the arena, there was no shouting, no grand announcement. He simply walked to his seat in the front row, dressed in a dark suit, calm and composed. But people noticed. Heads turned. Whispers spread. Two giants from two different worlds were under the same roof. Ali heard about it before he stepped into the ring. "They say Hollywood's toughest man is here tonight," someone told him. Ali grinned. Well, he came to see the real thing. When the fight began, an exhibition match, lighthearted but still intense, Ali performed the way only he could. He danced. He taunted. He slipped punches by inches, making it look effortless. Every movement was poetry mixed with danger. The crowd roared with every combination he threw. At one point, Ali glanced toward the front row. His eyes locked briefly with Eastwood's. Ali smiled mid-round, as if inviting him into the show. Eastwood didn't flinch. He simply watched, arms crossed, expression unreadable. By the final bell, Ali had dominated the exhibition. The referee lifted his hand, and the arena exploded with applause. Ali grabbed the microphone. "Hollywood," he shouted. "I hope you're watching. This is what real tough looks like." The crowd laughed and cheered. The cameras instantly cut to Eastwood. He gave the smallest smirk. Not offended, not impressed, just steady. Later that night, in a private lounge away from the chaos, the two finally stood face to face. Ali, still glowing from the fight, towel over his shoulders, looked Eastwood up and down with playful curiosity. "So you're the man who never loses," Ali said. Eastwood replied in that calm, gravelly tone. "Only in the movies." Ali leaned closer. "You ever think about stepping into a real ring?" Eastwood didn't hesitate. "I prefer scripts. They're less painful." Ali laughed loudly. "Pain is temporary. Greatness is forever." Eastwood studied him for a moment. "You don't need a script," he said. "You already believe your own legend." Ali's grin widened. "That's because I built it." There was no hostility in the room. No challenge. Just two forms of confidence standing inches apart. Ali's was loud, radiant, unstoppable. Eastwood's was quiet, controlled, immovable. The media tried to turn the moment into something bigger. The next day, headlines speculated about a challenge. Talk shows debated hypothetical outcomes. Fans argued in barbershops and bars. Could the cinematic tough guy survive 3 minutes with the greatest? In an interview, Ali was asked directly, "Would you fight Clint Eastwood?" Ali leaned toward the microphone. "I fight fighters, but if he wants to dance, I'll teach him." Days later, Eastwood was asked the same question. He answered simply, "He's the champion. I'm just an actor. I know the difference." Months passed, and the imagined rivalry faded into legend. Then came an awards ceremony where both men were invited to present. When Ali walked onto the stage, the crowd erupted again. Eastwood joined him moments later, applause echoing through the hall. Ali grabbed the mic first. "This man looks tough," he said, gesturing toward Eastwood. "But I think if he boxed, he'd spend more time practicing his stare than his jab." Laughter filled the room. Eastwood took the microphone calmly. "And if Ali acted," he said, pausing perfectly for effect, "he'd win the argument before the scene even started." The audience rose to its feet. That was the closest the world ever came to seeing a fight between Muhammad Ali and Clint Eastwood. Not in a ring, not with gloves, but with wit, presence, and pride. One ruled the squared circle with speed and brilliance. The other ruled the screen with silence and steel. If they had truly fought, the outcome would have been obvious. Ali was a trained heavyweight champion, one of the greatest athletes in history. Eastwood was never a professional fighter. But that was never the real point. The real fascination wasn't about who would win. It was about what happens when two different definitions of strength meet in the same room. Ali's greatness was explosive, vocal, impossible to ignore. Eastwood's greatness was restrained, patient, unshaken. One floated like a butterfly, the other stood like stone. And sometimes, when legends cross paths, they don't collide. They simply recognize each other.